Hello guys, we're back with another Age of Empires 4 casted game. I haven't touched the computer in 2 weeks, to be honest. This feels really weird to me. I'm gonna explain why in a second, but let's present the players first. We got Valdemar playing as the Holy Roman Empire in the color yellow. Look at that, I didn't even get the order wrong. Against Kiljardi playing as the Rus in the color pink. We have seen Kiljardi killing it already with in the last tournaments. He has shown an amazing performance. I'm sure he has become a favorite for many these days. But anyway, I haven't touched the computer in almost 2 days. 2 weeks. And the reason for that is I've fulfilled the dream I had when I was a child. I don't know if I was a child or teenager, but anyway, I always wanted to go to Asia, in particularly these 3 places. China, Japan, and Korea. And now I just came back from almost 2 weeks travel, and I came back from Korea, which means I just finished the task I had when I was a teenager of getting out there to those 3 places. And I must say that this is a really it haven't disappointed. All those 3 places have been extremely different from each other. Like if you go to China and then you go to Japan, you will find, whoa, this is really different. And if you go to Korea and then you compare, oh, Korea and Japan, they're actually very different from each other. And I really enjoyed. I hope I can go there again at some point. Like China, it doesn't count that much because I just live here, right? So I have plenty of time to explore China. But China is a different beast because Korea and Japan are very small compared to China. China, you can compare it like Europe. Like you just go to a country in Europe, but you cannot say you just visit the whole Europe, right? So like there are so many provinces. Just take a look at the map. It's so big. So I managed to visit a lot of places there. But still a long way to go. But I'm happy that so far the trip has concluded. The important thing is that what happened to me was something really curious. I didn't take any electronics with me, other than the phone, of course. I need to take the phone. I didn't take any electronics with me. I only took just the phone, and therefore no Nintendo, no Steam Deck, no computer, no Age of Empires, nothing. And I feel great. You know, there's been a lot of going on in the internet with a lot of phone detox and this kind of stuff, right? Oh, you're using too much time on the phone and this kind of stuff. Nobody really talks about the PC detox, where usually people at my age, like I'm 30, and we are usually in the computer more than our phones. To be honest, it's much more immersive experience. Like look at this. You can just click on this bald guy in the phone and take a look at what he's doing. It's just it has been a really transformative experience, to be honest with you. Like I feel more fresh. I feel like the first time I sit in the computer is like I don't even remember how to use a computer. So the skull will go down here, and I don't really remember it. But I feel really fresh, and in that way, I'm like only sitting here to do the things that I supposed to be doing, and that feels great. I highly recommend to you. The reason I'm telling you this story is because maybe you should try yourself. Maybe you should try to do it yourself, and get away from some days without a computer. You will love it. You will really love it. Anyway, let's get back into the match. Valdemar already putting the Akan Chapel next to the woodland. Have some berries here. Put the sheep in this area, so he's having a good time. No goal for him. though. Gold in the front, so it's gonna be quite exposed resource for him. Well, actually, that's a very far gold. It's not even in the range of the town center. Sometimes it happens that, you know, especially on cliffside, like the gold is so far away. It's so far away. Like, it's not even protected by the town center. But, you know, it is what it is. I think this one is even further. I don't know, man. Let's take a look at Kiljardi. Kiljardi already have the Kremlin next to the berries, next to the gold. Already getting that second town center out. As usual, as a Rus, you always go for that second town center. Nobody will disturb you. If someone just comes to with a knight or something, you just call the police, call the militia. They will go there to save you, and you can pretty much guarantee a second town center. Very similar to Abbasid. Looks like Valdemar is also going for the second town center road. It's gonna be catching up with the economy. Arguably, the economy of the Holy Roman Empire, it's better. Arguably, like, because you have the Icon Chapel, and you know your economy around here is just 40% better. So it's like very good. It's stable coming up from Kiljardi, most likely starting to put some pressure. The tower, it's almost up for Valdemar, so Knight is not gonna be able to pick anyone here, hopefully. Blacksmith coming up for Valdemar, so looks like he is gonna play a little bit longer in the field age. You know, 2 TC and going castle really fast can be kind of a greedy play. Very greedy. So, you know, when you go to TC, if your opponent is not planning to attack you, you can try go castle. But then when you have already see a stable here, you might as well get some units for yourself, because you don't know if he's gonna be, you know, playing in the field age for a long time or not. It's got a lot of villagers on gold for Valdemar. It's actually macroing for going castle. It has the blacksmith at no units whatsoever. Militia gets gold. Looks like he's gonna push on the gold. He's gonna be pushing on the gold. Let's take a look at the income per minute. Definitely, it looks like Valdemar is gonna be going castle age really fast. It's like Kiljardi just gonna be exploring with those guys here. It's like, oh, you realize our time is limited, guys? This kind of reminds me when I used to work for a company. Like I'm like, my time is finished and I'm out. Like I'm just like this. Like, it's like, oh, okay, 6 p.m. guys, that's it. It's like not even finish the work. That's pretty much reminds me of my time back there at Ubisoft. You know, Valdemar already have enough, and it's gonna be a burger. We're gonna see a burger coming for Valdemar. Interestingly enough, not gonna be going for that Regnis Cathedral. High Trade House here has plenty of wood around it, so it's gonna be having a good time. I always forget the High Trade House give you a deer for free. It's like the horseman will get inside, and does he know about the second center? He does know. El sabe. And Militia gets called. Looks like he's gonna get a villager. First villager of the game in favor of Kiljardi now. Villagers will have to fight with the contractors here. Meanwhile, a couple of archer range ready to be built, and both players didn't prioritize any kind of economic upgrade, so I'm not really sure if they're gonna. I'm probably gonna just get some castle age units out there just to defend and just get those upgrades little by little. Textiles coming up for Kiljardi, looks like, okay, like they're gonna visit me soon. Nice wall in the middle, forcing Valdemar to go all the way there. Grab the first relic. First relic already there, picked up by Valdemar. Looks like it's the one from the Akron Chapel. Veterancy for the Knights coming for Kiljardi, and now he's throwing up some crossbows. Looks like he will scare Valdemar for the time being. Now he is back into the base. Knights gonna be surrounding Valdemar's base just to check if they can get a villager or two. Always nice to be raiding your opponent while you're doing something. No eco upgrades for Valdemar, especially no wheelbarrow. This villager doesn't have the legs to go back home. And looks like he won't. Actually, he runs really fast when it comes to this. They just press G. Man, if you did run fast, why you didn't do it before? It's only for escaping for their life where they run faster. It's like no villager will be going down. Man-at-arms are already here. Man-at-arms actually very good unit against the Knights with the heavy maces. They do actually have a really good time against Knights. They do. Not against crossbows. First relic already here. Looks like it's gonna be 3 relics for Valdemar. Kiljardi not picking up a relic so far. I'm not exactly sure what's the momentum you want to get with those man-at-arms. Probably it's just to pick up the relics. Probably it's just to pick up those relics. Looks like he's gonna get some spearman out already. So okay, my opponent has crossbow knights. Let's just get massive spearman. These guys are fast. That's a good thing about it. These guys are really fast. Very, very fast. Wheelbarrow coming up just for Valdemar. Already is being picked up for both sides. Good thing about the rules, they always have the warrior monk. Always feels good when you have a monk in a cavalry, as a cavalry unit, like the, you know, like the Ayubids or the Rus. It just feels so good. Like, look at this speed. Not gonna be enough, but if a Wololo gets called before, he could have some extra time, I think. But I guess he's just gonna push his luck until, you know what, this is already very close to my base. I'm very happy with the result. This one needs to be careful. Meanwhile, another monk gonna be dying here. It's like bot players just having their priorities very, very clear. Just deal with the relic gathering, and then let's take a look at other issues in the map. Now remember, Valdemar didn't go for the Ragnis Cathedral, so it's not such a huge advantage that he's having for getting those relics. Like, if this was Ragnis, already 2 relics, it's already like having 4 of them. Like, it's really good. Looks like Kiljardi will get surrounded here. Never mind. Looks like Valdemar will back off for the moment. Plus 2 range armor coming for him. It looks like Kiljardi steals the relic that was supposed to go for Valdemar. Not so many units coming up for Valdemar. Farm transition starting to happen. Low attempt. Looks like it's not gonna happen. Four stable coming up for Kiljardi. How much production you need? 9 production buildings at this point in the game. Wow. Wow. Siege workshops going up for Valdemar. Like, he needs that mangonel to deal with those crossbows. They have become quite a mass now. 30 crossbows on the field. Horsemen are gonna get built now. No veterancy yet. And relic. The relic game just finished. 3 relics out there for Kiljardi. It's gonna be only 2 for Valdemar. Springalds in placement on this outpost. Gonna get fortified. Gonna be need to make sure you protect this outpost here. It's quite important. It's the gold in the front that you have here. Kiljardi also with some units here. It's like he's gonna take the gold from Valdemar. Emergency repairs gets gold. Outpost is still alive. Mangonel out there, and looks like the defenses for Valdemar will be enough to push Kiljardi away from this. Definitely with this outpost and this Mangonel, you have to go back. You have to go back. It's like you say, actually, putting the relic there, not a big fan. Not a big fan. I'm just gonna put it somewhere else. There you go. There you go. Safer place. Safer place for sure. Both players with very similar villager count. So I don't see Valdemar thinking about going Swabia anytime soon. It's like I don't think it's in his plans. I think he's just gonna have a good fight, try to get some damage in the Castle Age, and then thinking about going Imperial. Kiljardi is just having such a good fight. He got the relic game in favor of him. He's just having really good engagements, except the last one. Horsemen are going there for a raid. Managed to take down some villagers. Look at that. Only how many horsemen you see here? Only 5 can one-shot a villager. No textiles for Valdemar. Walls gonna get finished here on the east side of the map. 3 mangonels for Valdemar. 3 mangonels. That's a lot of mangoes. That's a lot of mangoes. Meanwhile, +1 melee attack coming for Valdemar. +2 range armor coming for Kiljardi, and also getting that Boyar's Fortitude, getting that cavalry HP bonus. Kiljardi gonna be blocking the villager from finishing the wall. It's like, hey, actually you can now go back, no problem. There's plenty of spearmen here. Plenty of spearmen. And now Valdemar is going back to the drawing board. It's getting, you know what, let's focus on our economy for a while. Like, let's get those eco upgrades, tier 2 upgrades coming soon. And another push from Valdemar. This time he brings the Springalds. Springalds not there for Valdemar yet, only have 1 at the moment. Gotta be careful not to lose these mangonels. It's like the outpost will go down, fortunately for him. There's not a relic, it's only a villager. And Valdemar needs to wait for his Springalds to finish. Probably need to have 3 Springalds. There you go, 3 Springalds already there for Valdemar. Let's take a look at Kiljardi's base. There's quite a lot of production buildings. Farm transition is starting out for him. Still have some deer here. Sacred site being captured, and with that we are 7 minutes away from sacred victory. Every time your opponent is kind of like in his base, you kind of want to go for those sacred sites to kind of force him to go out. You don't want him to stay in his base too long. I think for Kiljardi, like, he doesn't want to go with his army yet. It's kind of risky. So instead, he's just gonna focus on his economy. Gonna get those sacred sites, and he's just eventually Valdemar needs to go out. It's like sacred site's gonna be the capture here very quickly. Military academy coming up for Valdemar. just to pump those units. Really curious how much seconds you need to get a spearman with a military academy. Like, this already gives you 33%. I don't know if we're gonna see 2 seconds. Probably 2 seconds for each spearman. Can you imagine 2 seconds for a spearman? Oh my god. I mean, it's like in 1 minute you can get 30 spearmen. As Valdemar is really like into the spearmans, like 53 of them. Okay, let's take a look. 2 seconds. 2 seconds for a spearman, 3 seconds for a man-at-arms. Man-at-arms has not been upgraded? Wait, what? Why it says early man-at-arms, but here the upgrade says elite? Am I blind? High armory coming up for Kiljardi. Gonna get that Imperial Age, gonna get the roller shoulder triggers and the unique upgrade for the rules for those Springalds. Gonna give them extra range. There you go, roller shoulder triggers. Always feels like I need to do a tongue twister with my tongue. There you go, the 2 upgrades for the Springalds. And now Valdemar is just going for it. So you know what, you cannot go Imperial like this, my friend. I'm gonna push hard. I'm gonna push with my spearman mass. You know what, Kiljardi doesn't have an army that actually counters the spearman. Crossbow, not exactly the best unit. And horseman for sure, you don't want to get even close to here. Valdemar has a really good army here with those mangonels and the Springalds. Upgrades gotta come soon for Kiljardi, and looks like Valdemar knows this, and he's just gonna get his siege away for the moment, just in case. Elite crossbow coming for Kiljardi. Look at the range of those Springalds, man. Oh my god. How many tiles do they have? It's like 12.5 tiles range. Whereas this Springal only have 10 tiles range, so we're talking about quite a significant distance between those Springalds. Keep gonna go up for Kiljardi in the middle. Meanwhile, Valdemar is stuck in the castle age. No upgrades for Kiljardi yet for those units. Spearman being afraid of horsemen. Don't worry guys, it's just an illusion. Mangonel out there. Gotta be careful with that Mangonel. I can feel like the spearman could have even go to get the crossbow. They are not a direct counter to it. And now both armies with similar army value. Not army value, but similar army count. Strategy is gonna be on the mix of Kiljardi. Elite horseman. Also grease axles coming up for him. Look at the range of these Springalds. He just doesn't care. And Valdemar going with the Palace of Suabia in the back of his base. He doesn't really need the villager advantage at the moment, but you know, Palace of Suabia pretty much guarantees that even if you lose villagers, you will get them really fast. More man-at-arms coming for him. That's a good mango shot. Horseman is trying to do some damage. Mangonels out there as well. The problem is with the roos, with those Springalds, cannot get anywhere close to this. Cannon emplacement coming out there for Valdemar somewhere in this map. Looks like he will be able to get the siege just with the melee units. a single spearman trying to take down the mangonel, but didn't happen. Look at that! Look at the Burgrave. Just emergency reinforcements. Just right deliver in the front of your enemy siege under 2 seconds. Not even Amazon can be that fast. Is Amazon even fast? I don't know. I never used the service in my life. And both players without an army. Now Valdemar defend this push quite well. Now he needs to get his siege, get those culverins, get those mass, and try. He needs to do some damage. Already, the big boy here is gonna be a problem. Have the gold. There's no big gold veins in this map, so your opponent can be pretty much anywhere. Looks like Valdemar will do a switch for elite horseman soon. Well, more upgrades coming for Kiljardi as well. It's gonna start spamming the battering rams. Does he have the upgrade? He does. He does. He does have the upgrade for the rams. He will have quite a lot of attack. You're just sending rams everywhere. The best you can do at the moment. Chemistry coming up for Kiljardi. Probably gonna thinking about switching for bombard soon. I'm more of a sophisticated siege weapon. Rams, taking down this one. I don't think there is emergency repairs for this one, so gotta be careful not to lose this skip. So, looks like the round will continue to leave. Never mind. Stone walls on the east side of the map for Valdemar. And horsemen. It's gonna be a lot of horsemen against a lot of spearmen. These guys are already elite. These are the best of the best. Valdemar with a lot of villager count. Well, that changed like in 2 seconds. He had like 140 villagers, and now he's back to 105. That was a huge raid. Huge raid for sure. A couple of culverins are already there for Valdemar. I say a couple of them, but actually 3 of them. At Kiljardi with 8 Springalds. How many Springalds you need? Really makes a huge difference. Having those extra range attack. Emergency repairs gets gold. Managed to build a town center. Arguably cheaper than repairing this using the stone, so it's very, very good. More runs coming here. Meanwhile, Valdemar getting a little bit of extra room for those military units to go. He actually has the numbers to push to Kiljardi's base, especially when he's around here. And the terrible pathing that happens here. No boiling oil yet, so these are not gonna take as much damage, and looks like he's trying to go for a raid. And now the horseman will go there directly into the Springalds. Looks like they will manage to get there. The Springalds trying to run for their life. Meanwhile, Spearman just gonna be there as a meatball. It's this part of the game, guys. It's this part of the game where these things are getting out of control. Sending units everywhere. When numbers are big, the names don't matter, man. It's only a number. It's only a number. Looks like the relic went down here. This keep had a relic too, so it's gonna be a huge loss for Valdemar. He needs to pick it up. Bombard out there for Valdemar. Gotta be careful not to lose it. Not much infantry on the field. Couple of bombards already exposed. Spearman doing the MVP of the game. 3 Springalds still alive for Kiljardi. 4 Springalds actually. 7 more in queue. How many Springalds you need? Keep halfway going down. Getting that bombard in placement. I find it surprising that Valdemar haven't upgraded his man-at-arms. I know his opponent having huge, emphasis on the horseman. I feel like those man-at-arms can be quite tanky, at least some of them on the mix. Elite horseman finally out there. But Valdemar taps out. Well played by these two players. Hopefully you enjoyed this match, and I will see you in the next one. Springalds superiority.